Yo, yo, y'all ready for this? Uh, uh, are you ready? I know you guys have been waiting for it. Are you ready? It's finally here. Yo, we are back. Welcome to another episode of Submarine Media, and I know y'all have been waiting for, not for my review, but for the Kid Cudi Kanye joint album, Kids See Ghost. Now, I know it's been a while. You gotta forgive me. Like I said in the last few videos, I've been working 6 days, and I'm about to have a kid pretty soon. So you'll see me post a video, and then of course I'll be absent. Channel's still going on. I know there's a lot of review requests, a lot of reaction requests. I am gonna be slowing down on the reactions because they tend to take a little bit long, and YouTube's going crazy with the copyright strikes. So I might do a few here and there. But if you want me to review something, check the link in the description. We have an Instagram now and also an email. Your requests will be better seen via those avenues. That probably might get lost in the comment section because sometimes you guys get marked as spam. All right, now that we got that out of the way, we're gonna do this real casual today. It's been like 8 months since I've had a beer, so I'm just gonna have a beer with you guys and chill and talk about this new Kanye and Cudi collabo. Now, like I said in one of my other videos, this could go one of two ways. On one hand, we have two visionaries that are coming together and as a great force to make some really special album that's gonna be phenomenal and something that everyone's probably been waiting to see. Then on the other hand, you have two creative forces, one who lost his mind the last year and the other one who's been perpetually trying to find himself for the past 4 or 5 projects or excursions or albums, whatever the hell you want to call those. I have to say I'm definitely pleased with what I hear. I feel like Ye and Cudi have found a creative space where they can give you the classic versions of themselves that everybody loves, as well as at the same time still tread new ground to give us something fresh, new, and exciting. Alright, so this album starts out with Feel the Love, which to me sounds a lot like a Pusha T song with Kid Cudi singing the hook and Kanye rattling off these insane ad-libs that kind of really remind me of a cross between Designer and 6ix9ine. Real shit, I fucking hated it first, but honestly, out of the whole track, that's like the most memorable thing in my head. I've got stuck in my head like all day. Fire reminds me of something that would be off of like Man on the Moon 2 or something that would be like a better version of Wizard. Kanye and Cudi take turns flowing on the track supported by like a bouncy folk rock type of rhythm. I really dig it. I feel like as many people have been saying they're rock stars, I feel like no one has really came close to this album or something like that would be on this track. Not even any of these weird like cloud rappers that are really mainly just making rock music and kind of rapping over it. I feel like this blend is really getting it in here on this album. Fourth Dimension is a perfect example of classic Ye. To me, it's the most perfect example of the classic Ye sound since Bound 2. Starts with some old ass Christmas song you hear a lot of people talking about on the internet. Anyways, he loops it up to some really spooky ass chants and then hits you with some really vicious hip hop percussion. Probably my favorite track on the whole album, and I feel like Ye's bars are just heated up to classic Ye that we haven't had in quite such a time where he's just touching on topics besides his proclamations of him being a genius. I'd have to say the last 2 tracks is where he gets the most heated up with his bars, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Free to me is the closest that any of these hip-hopping rock stars are gonna get to sounding like Led Zeppelin. To me, the bombastic drums totally steal the show and allows Kanye and Cudi to get stadium status, as they've put it. It's like the perfect track that I feel like if it was at a festival or an arena, they would be playing this track. It just makes everything sound super gigantic. Kanye even sneaks in a swoop after he tells us he feels free, which reminds me of the Lift Yourself track. I really believe that he was just trolling us, and we're never going to get those lyrics to that track. My bad, had to take a sip. Reborn to me is a classic Cudi song. This is classic as he's been. I feel like our boy has been lost on the moon or in space or wherever the hell he is for quite some time, but he's back. And the hums are godly, as they say on the internet. Ye's bars on this one touch on his recent episodes of reclusiveness as well as his medication taking, which I feel like he's been more and more comfortable discussing with the recent tracks that he's released in the interviews that he's been putting on. I really like the line where he says, "This is cardio audio, let me jog your brain." I really love the excellent beat transition in the last fourth of the track. It's filled with organs, strings, and just gritty hip-hop production, and I feel like Cudi just rides variants of the hook into the end, right into the next track. Kids See Ghost sounds like something you'd hear off of 808s. Awesome track. You hear a lot of eerie synths in the background. Sounds like something that would sound exactly like the title. Got Kanye on here addressing his religion, saying yes, he's very Christian, constantly repentant because yes, he never listens. You also have a feature in here from Yasin Bey, also formerly known as Most Def. We haven't heard from him in a while. awesome feature just to hear his voice. And then it just kind of takes you into this kind of eerie, what seems to be R&B vocal. I'm not quite sure who's singing on this track, but definitely I'll have to say right after Fourth Dimension, this is my favorite track for sure. Cudi Montage, of course, is going to have all the Kurt Cobain fans getting moist because it samples Burn Your Rain by Kurt Cobain. Not that I don't feel like he's worth celebrating, but I feel like some people go a little bit overboard. And I'm not a fan of Kid Cudi thinking that he's Kurt Cobain because he's totally not. Anyways, I feel like these last two tracks, the former and this one, the Cudi Montage, I feel like is where Kanye's bars have heated up the most. He kind of weaves this street narrative and paints the story for you. Or he has a line about everybody want world peace until the needs get shot in the dome piece and you go buy your own peace hoping you find your own peace. And I really like that. I feel like it's really cool we're back to conscious Kanye instead of just these proclamations of you're a genius or Kanye with an axe to grind. Then again, what would Kanye be without an axe to grind? But I don't feel like it's helped his music in the past, I'd say, 3 years. He also has another line in there that I really appreciate where he says we grow up in an environment where doing crimes a requirement, then they send us off to prison for the retirement. Really dope that he's really speaking on just lightly on social matters, not going too deep into it, but just to hear somebody saying something in this era is really refreshing. I'm glad he's back to this and really kind of just making music that proves that he's a genius instead of just saying it, and that goes with these last two projects that he's made, which is the Kids See Ghosts that I'm reviewing right now, and then the Yay album, which I'll be reviewing later. So smash that bell if you'll be looking for that, if you're interested in just discussing it, leaving comments in the comment section, or just hearing what I have to say. Anyways, overall, I really think this is a dope album. It's probably one of the dopest albums, right next to his other releases so far this year, and actually for a while. I definitely give this, personally for me, I know I haven't been giving so much of a number rating, but I'll definitely give this a solid 9 for sure. I feel like Cudi's right in his place. A lot of times where I feel like he's lost is when he tries to pull this I'm a rock singer too much, and he just has a very limited range where he could go so far into that, and a lot of tracks I feel like he overreaches on his last projects, and then he has this I'm just a rapper, and that he has more range, but I don't ever really believe that Cudi is that great of a rapper. I feel like if you take those two extremes that he tries to push and put him in the middle, I feel like that's where Cudi belongs, and I don't feel like he reaches beyond those lanes. I feel like he's this package of all those things. I think he stays in his lane and doesn't really overreach, which is what I think has been the downfall of a lot of his other projects. I feel like Ye's heated up to molten lava as far as these bars. He's back. He's talking about things that are like relevant, whether it be his life or whether it be social matters. And it's just a good solid album. It's 7 minutes. I really thought that was going to bug me. Again, like I said, I don't know how he keeps pulling off this magic trick of making these albums really solid. But then again, you think about it, there's a lot of good albums that are 7 songs. Led Zeppelin's last album was 7 songs. The Weeknd's most recent album was 7 songs. A lot of people like that. There are 7-song albums that pull it off, but he's done it 3 times, 777. God bless him. Anyways, stay tuned. Gonna be doing a Ye review. Smash that bell. Smash that like button. Let me know how you feel in the comment section. Like I said, I'm gonna be moving. I got a kid and I'm working 6 days, so it'll be a while. So the suggestions, again, send them to the IG or the email. I hear you. It's just been a minute. I probably won't be doing reactions. Like I said, I might do a few here and there. Like I really owe a Suicide Boys reaction that has been asked for quite some time, Eternal Grace. So let me know how you feel. Anyways, we will see you next time on another episode of Submarine Media.